All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken short.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go. 30 base.
Let's go.
Hey, team 6.
Check my 27. Check.
On first down, Locke. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
I'm going back to you.
Ready?
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Mark 27. Who that? Hey, check my 27. Check my 27. Hey, pick your game up.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 yards there in the Denver first down. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Hey, Irvin. Hey.
Cut. Hey, check my
5.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Throwing on 2nd and long. Locke throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cannon. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Down. 60 or.
Pretty quiet.
Snap.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Where's
Wait. There's a lot, 80.
52's the mic. He don't know no better.
Hey, Ripley.
Shit. Hey. Wild, 64, weak. Check. Lucky. Kill.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 6-yard line.
Yellow. There's a blue, 80. 15. Yellow.
Alpha.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
Watch the run.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
52's the mic.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play, and 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides.
And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
15. 15.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Got his man, that's Mecole Hardman, the rookie. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
Yellow.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list.
Let's go!
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
It's a part, though. It's a part now. Mike, 36. 80 weapon. 80 weapon.
10.
Check 4.
Hey, Ripley.
Be dead. Smoke. Tight door.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 23 here on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Broncos take over first and 10.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Clock now to throw. He completes this to Sutton. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
22 yards. First down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. These two teams all tied after 1.
Come on, set. 90 Wolf.
Get him!
Recon, 152 fighter.
He's got me. We got double up.
Come. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey, and he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. On 3rd down, block. Got a man open, it's Sutton. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down.
And the Broncos first down.
Come on, set. 360, orange. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Check 37, check man. Shoot.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Go!
I got him. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike.
Now this time, Locke will throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check.
Bam.
Check.
They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Ringo. Quarterback, don't get nervous.
Go. Yeah.
Don't get nervous. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
You don't want none. Get up. Pick up the ball.
Ready? Dude.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Chris Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
So we got man.
Yep.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Check. Mike 27.
Hey, we're
He's time to win.
They look to throw. It's Locke. And he's going to go down again. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Let's go. Mike 27.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Locke. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Come off the ball.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. They juked him, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a carry from Mack. They can't corral him. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here's McCoy. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Attack!
Right here. Go. 51. Mike, 51.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Attack!
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
A give, running right is Mack. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Again, it'll be Mack. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Mack. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check the backer. Check. Ball shot.
They'll run for it. It's Mack. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Marlon Mack as time expires in the first half. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Attack!
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Being chased out left. Looking downfield for Kelsey. He's got a man. Complete. Travis Kelsey. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey His third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone for a touchback, so that will come out now to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check. Crunch. Attack.
They go play fake. Mahomes able to get away. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. Heck of a 4th and short conversion. They end up getting north of 20 yards. Hardman, the 2nd-round pick out of Georgia, really showcased his speed at the combine, running a 4.33 and should help give Patrick Mahomes another versatile playmaker to work with at the receiver position. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now a run with Mack. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Shit. Switch. Watch out.
Easy. Kill.
Looking to run with Mack. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Marlon Mack with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now here's Mahomes. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... It's caught inside the 25. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory.
64.
42 yards on the play. And the Broncos first down.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Come on, set.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Get it.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Hey, Zoo.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Hey.
Fire.
To throw on third down. Locke. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The kick by McManus is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side.
Check 49, check 49.
They go right back to Mack. He'll have a first down past the 40. And cuts out right sideline. And down right around the 37. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 37-yard line. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Shift.
Check 31, check 31.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I don't need to. Let's go on, Eddie. This way, coming this way. Here we go. Motion.
Wide, get wide.
McCoy. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Yellow. Hey, let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. The open man is Smith. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Let's go.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
It's been a long day for you.
Mahomes going to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Mike, 43.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There is no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No,
okay.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Here we go, D.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Let's get the ball. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Check.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Chris Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Look at me. Go. Hey, Alpha. Put up. Go.
Here's Locke back near his goal line. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
I got one. Mike 27, Mike 27.
Locke going to go on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal.
Check. Fresno. Let's get it.
They'll run here with Mack. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and goal from the 1. Staying on the ground with Mack. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Locke. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now a desperation throw. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Block now on 1st down toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Well, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that will get him one closer. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll run here with Mack. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
51, 6. Come on, D. Mike 51, Mike 51.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it up. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.